Good evening, everyone. We are doing a very special live tonight. This is a Dark Moon Mega Protection spell that we are doing tonight. Here you see my personal altar. We will talk about the different things that are on the altar, but giving everybody a chance to kind of get on and share the feed and all that fun stuff while we prepare for our spell. And we will go through a meditation to begin, and then we will call the circle and then light our candle. Good evening, Sabrina. So right now we will begin our preparations for our Dark Moon Protection spell. And let me just get the, we're going to let people kind of join. If you're working on your own personal preparations right now, focus on meditation and breathing. I want you to think about the things that you know you want protected in your life. If you would like to add your own energies to this protection spell, to claim the energies that I will be putting into this protection spell, you can donate using the pinned comment that I'm trying to work on getting up there right now. So give me a moment and we will get the pinned comment going for you guys. So right now, just focus on meditating, bringing your energy, centering your energy on yourself and on that which is most important to you. So we are just now getting started with this. Whoops. And on. There we go. All right. And we're getting that pinned comment going. Good evening. We will begin shortly with a meditation, and then from there we go. From there we will call the circle and begin our protection spell here. So this is my personal altar that you're looking at. At this point we haven't really started, so you can ask me any questions you want about the altar, the different elements and things that are on the altar. As you see, there's a black candle there, a salt bowl behind it. There's a lot of protection energies and elements surrounding the spell itself, and also quite a few skulls as you'll notice, that are there truly to assist in taking vengeance, honestly, on anybody who tries to break through the protective elements that are created here. So, because, you know, I'm that asshole. If you're going to try to break through my protections, you're going to pay the price. That's how that's going to work. So, if you have any questions, now's the time to ask them before we get into the meat and potatoes of it, so to speak. Now tomorrow is a new moon with a solar eclipse. Okay, so basically this is the darkest part of the moon tonight, which is why we are focusing on right now utilizing those energies to do a protection spell on the dark side of the moon, so to speak. To quote a song, you know, we're basically using the dark areas of the moon to absorb all the negativity and return to cinder. Because, you know, return to cinder is a good thing. I'm going to move the camera over just a little bit. There we go. Just kind of getting a hint of my other altar back there. That you can kind of see that candle from. I don't want it to be too much of a distraction element, so let's just move it over too. There we go. All right. So we will shortly be beginning our ritual for this. The Pretty Angels is Day Embraces Night, I think is what that one was called. But it was just a beautiful night and day angel image that I really liked. Nicola, we're not doing readings. This is a Dark Moon Protection spell that we're doing tonight. So we are definitely looking towards getting those right energies going and protected. And like I said, if you want to get in on the protection element of it, you can do so by donating. The reason I have you donate is simply that is your time and energy manifested, and an equal exchange of energy for the energy that I am manifesting here. Oh, that's okay. That's why it has stuff over on the right and on the top where it kind of talks about Dark Moon Mega Protection Spell. That's what we're doing here. Yes, I do love Hecate. She is pretty freaking awesome. And Rebecca, I already had you on this, but okay, because I'm just adding this onto the protections I've already done for you. Sheila, yes, I got that from you too, so you're good. All right, any questions before we get started? Actually, I should try to share this. Hold on. Let me see if I can share. I should share this to my main pages here, so let's see if I can do that. Yes, Sabrina, you already donated for that. You're good. Christine, you're gonna go run, grab grub. Actually, it's gonna be going for probably as long as the chime candle goes, so probably about an hour and a half. But we're gonna begin our ritual here for it in just a minute. You guys get to actually witness and participate in the ritual kind of thing. So, yes, Laura, I got you on the list for this as well. Share that to the LadyShiya friends group and share it to more options. Share it to a group. It takes longer doing it this way than on my iPad. Witch's Corner. By the way, if you guys are not part of the Witch's Corner group, you should be. It's pretty awesome. It's a free group and it is wonderful. Good communication, good things, and then of course share to a group, more options, share to a group, and my circle, my mentorship circle. Okay, that's all we're sharing it to. There we go. All right, so there we go. Alright, so shortly we will be getting, anybody have any questions on the implementations and stuff that's on the altar, please let me know. Diana, I gotcha. You'll be on that. Hello, Judith. So we are, again, this is a donation. Donate any amount you wish. This is just a love offering to add your own energy to this protection spell that we're doing. So we are going to begin this here in just a minute. And I'm actually going to start Major Arcana over again, I think. There we go. Because I like this for the background. So we will... There's all sorts of different crystals up there. There's tiger's eye, mahogany, obsidian, pyrite, selenite, sunstone, fluorite, the one that's been binded together with the gold wax is another purple fluorite. We've got pink rose quartz, rhodochrosite, black moonstone and copper, selenite, all sorts of different crystals up there. There's a raw chunk of obsidian. Some of the towers on the right, that's a sunstone over there, and then an amethyst behind it over by the angels. So all sorts of different crystals there. Okay. The big skull on the right, is just a plaster cast, and I loved it because it has the death and life represented with the butterflies, life and rebirth. So, Jonathan, I see you on there. No cards tonight, Fatine. We are simply doing a spell. This is spell work. Good evening, Jennifer. So we're doing a protection spell tonight. If you want to get involved in it, you can. There's a chalice there of moon water, infused water there. That is going into this and will be poured out as an offering afterwards to the earth as part of our protection spell, as if you see the little miniature chalice there. So, and of course the sigil over to the left, that is a protection sigil that was done and painted with in a special group with Ashley Hart with Hart's Creations. Shauna, not a problem. Hello, Jonathan. All right, so we are going to begin our ritual here, and as we do, I believe that you will feel the energy. I would ask humbly that you provide whatever energy you wish to as well. Again, I have got the intention set for those who donate with this, and that's part of what the pyrite is. They will receive the full blast of the spell, but just because you're not able to donate or something like that, you'll probably pick up some of the energy from it anyway. And yes, you can absolutely drink moon water, 150%. So first of all, we're going to begin with a grounding and centering meditation. Okay, so I want you first to place your feet flat on the ground, or if you're sitting on the ground, you can cross your legs in front of you. Find a comfortable position. Sit with your back straight, your head held straight above. Okay, place your hands in a comfortable position on your lap, either up or down, it's up to you, but a comfortable position. We're going to begin by focusing on our breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. As you breathe in, I want you to feel the energy enter your body. As you breathe out, let go of all negativity, hatred, anger, frustration, let it go. See the light centering along your spine, radiating throughout your chakras as you breathe in. Breathe out all the negativity. Focus yourself on love and care for yourself and for those around you. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel yourself connected to the earth beneath you and to the dark sky above you. Feel how the moon is there even though you cannot see her, even though she is dark. Know her presence. Know that she watches from the shadows. She watches from silence. Breathing in. Guardians of the watchtowers of the north, lords and ladies of earth, we invite you now to come into our circle. We invite you and ask you to add your power to this spell of protection that we will cast here tonight. Bring us a solid foundation underneath our feet. Help us remember that the earth is our mother and that the earth can absorb the negativity and transform that which is meant for harm into fertilizer and something good that can grow. Help us feel firm. Help us feel grounded. Bring to us also through the earth the power of our ancestors who are buried here within, that they bring their power and aid to this spell as well. We thank you for hearing our call, and to you we say, hail and welcome. Guardians of the watchtower of the east, ye lords and ladies of air, please attend our circle. Bring to us your knowledge, your wisdom. Help us understand and see clearly the threats that come for us. Help us have the wisdom and knowledge to be able to deal with them. Give us the power that we need in this protection spell, the knowledge that we need to cast it, the knowledge that we need to apply to our life. Help us be aware of all things, physical, mental, emotional, and magical, that will come for us. Help us to dodge that ball. Bring your power and your knowledge to us in this circle and in this spell. We thank you for your attendance, and to you we say, hail and welcome. Hail to the watchtowers of the south, ye lords and ladies of fire. Bring your passion and energy to our circle and to this spell. As fire destroys, so does it also protect. So does it also bring warmth and passion. So does it also bring illumination. Please bring your illumination to our circle and to our spell. Burn those who come against us. Destroy all of those elements around that to try to come against us. Burn them away from us. Burn them to ash. And from those ashes, teach us how to rise like the phoenix above all the problems and above all the troubles. And hopefully we are back. There we go. Okay. We had a slight hiccup happen, so hopefully we are back now. Yes, we have returned. Okay, good. All right. Very much a lot of energy going on here. Now, hail to the watchtowers of the west, ye lords and ladies of water. Come into our circle. Bring your cleansing energy. Cleanse us of the harm, magical, physical, and emotional, from those who wish to harm us. Wash them away from us. Wash us clean of any emotional regrets, any emotional resentments. Give us a clean emotional self so that we can face and understand what threats come against us. We welcome you into our circle and welcome your energy. Help us as we cast this spell. To the lords of water, we say hail and welcome. Lord and lady, bring your energy, the divine masculine and divine feminine, to our spell. By the gods, male and female, we call upon you to aid us, to help us as we go forward in the course of this spell. To all the gods that choose to attend and give us power to this spell, we say hail and welcome. May the circle be cast. In this energy now, we focus on our candle and on the spell. Our intention here is protection from harm, from magical, emotional, physical, from all things which come against us, that they may not prosper, that they will be shut down, that all negative energies that come against us in deliberation shall be returned directly to sender, that things that are coming towards us, be they not intentional, that they be grounded out in a way, and that love and understanding and peace be returned. We cast a spell with free will to all, and harm only to those who have wished harm upon us, and only in the measure of which it has been sent of them, that it be returned to them. So mote it be. Our spell is cast, and it shall go for as long as necessary until it burns out. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. You can absolutely include your children in this one. It is still going. This one is meant for you and yours. You and yours. So your children are yours as well. Yourself, those you claim, those you lay your hand of protection upon, your possessions, your business. You and yours is the intent of this spell. Ask whatever questions you will. If you would like to be a part of this spell, a donation, love offering of any amount shows your time and effort and energy being added to the spell. Tomorrow night we're going to be doing a manifestation candle while we're on our live. Yes, Sabrina. You and yours is the intent of this spell. For all who has come into it, for all who have donated for it. Tam, the energy might be a little bit much for you at this point, but considering that, yes, you have been included into the spell, you will pick up the energy. And some people, that amount of energy makes them sleepy. So I am not surprised if that happens to be an effect. So it's not unusual if it does make you sleepy. If you guys have any questions on the spell, on witchcraft in general, on dark magic, on why this candle is black, any of that, feel free to ask. One of the elements is why we use the black on dark magic and on protection spells. Black absorbs all colors, absorbs all light. This will absorb all negativity. The stones, the herbs around it, all are meant for protection, negativity, and also what's included in this, again, is a reversal for anybody who actually intends harm, a grounding out for anybody who doesn't intend harm. So if they meant to hurt you, if they're being assholes, vindictive assholes, and are meant to hurt you, then this is going to rebound on them like a motherfucker, okay? So if they're accidentally harming you, then it's meant to ground out those energies so that it doesn't impact you and it grounds it out, but it doesn't bounce back to them. Instead, it gives them the clarity to understand that they have caused harm inadvertently. Well, this one is meant to be ongoing, but unless you're constantly adding yourself back to it, eventually the power from it will fade out. But my intent is this is a mega protection spell. As you can feel, I've put an awful lot of energy into this one. So I've intended this to last until the dark of next year. And the reason why this particular new moon is extremely powerful for this is that this is the new moon before Yule, okay? And honestly, it is the last new moon before Yule, okay? Our next new moon isn't going to be until the first of the year, I believe. I think it's January 2nd that is going to have, let me see, I think it is. Okay, I think it's January 2nd that is going to be the next new moon, okay? So basically, yeah. So this is the last new moon before Yule. Now, Yule is the equinox, and this is the darkest, longest night of the year, and the darkest the moon will get till the end of the year. So we're using the darkest of the darkest moon and the darkest part of the year to create the most powerful protection spell that we can. This is going to be the most powerful protection spell I cast for the entire year. And I will do it again this time next year, Goddess willing. Okay, so wow, hopefully so, Sabrina. So the amount of energy that I am putting onto this and putting in this is very intense. And if you are, sensitive to those energies, you should be picking that up and feeling that right now, because it is, I've got a lot of energy generated right into this candle. Rose, whatever you want it to be, it is a love offering. Donate any amount that you wish. This is literally the most powerful protection spell I can cast for the entire year. Light rain starting in 15 minutes. The reason for the donation, one is kind of for the stuff that I'm expending, but basically money is an energy force. You spent time and effort and your energy to generate that currency. So when you're turning around and you're giving and donating money, that's generating your time, effort, and energy into the spell as well. So every donation that comes in honestly makes the spell even more powerful, because that's you putting your own time, effort, and energy into it. Now, like I said, this spell is key for those who specifically have done that, or that I've specifically keyed it for. But any donation gets you in on this spell. And Spirit knows that if you're donating what you're called to do, then Spirit knows. That's between you and Spirit. So literally, if you want to send in a penny, you send in a penny. If you want to send in $1 million, you send in $1 million. I don't think anybody's paying $1 million for a protection spell, though. If you do, thank you. But hey. Right now we are focused on these energies. But yes, if you have any witchcraft questions or anything, throw it at me. I'll tell you guys a story from the Bible. I like Bible stories. Some of them can be very apt and very appropriate. And one is called the story of the widow's mite. It was a parable that was told by Jesus, and he was talking about a person who came into the temple, and they came into the temple, and as they did, they walked by the offering bowl of the temple, and in the offering bowl they put something in, and all what you could hear from the offering bowl sounded much like this. And you could tell he had put very much into the offering bowl, quite a few things into the offering bowl. And everybody looked and said, oh wow, look at that man and how generous he is. He gave all that gold to the offering bowl of the temple. He must be favored of God. A little bit shortly behind that person, in came a very bedraggled looking, kind of, looks like maybe she just came in off the street, dirty, and not very good, not very healthy. And you saw from her purse she pulled, and yes, Rose, I do still have Zelle, so you can do it that way as well. But you hear as she walks in, she drops into the bowl, and people look and said, oh my goodness, look at that, she put in 2 pennies. What a miser. I can't believe she dishonored the temple by only putting in 2 pennies. And Jesus says, well, who do you think gave the most? He says to his disciples. And the disciples all said, well, obviously the rich man who came in and just poured everything out, he gave so much as he came into the temple. And Jesus said, no, actually it was the one who put in 2 copper pennies. And I said, well, how could that be? And Jesus turned to them and said, well, because that was literally everything she had. She gave her greatest and her best as sacrifice so that she could get the blessing of the Father. So between both of them, the rich person who donated much and the widow who gave 2 pennies, the one who got the biggest blessing was the widow who gave what little she could, but all that she had. You want to learn more about tarot? That will be for the mentorship circle, and I have some plans on teaching the tarot in there. So yes, there will be some more tarot videos coming soon. Rebecca. For anybody who's wondering what the heck I'm talking about my mentorship circle. I do my teaching and stuff in there. You can learn more about it at LadyShiya.com. Sabrina, what would I need to do to make sure I'm doing whatever the universe wants me to do work-wise and what it wants from me? First of all, Sabrina, understand that the universe ever wants the best for you. The universe wants you to learn and to grow. So as long as you are working on learning and personal growth, self-analyzation, then you're on a good path. I fully believe in dedicating some time every day to meditation, even if it's only 10. They say the ideal meditation time every day is at least 12 minutes. Okay? So if you have time to sit there and meditate for 10, 12 minutes and listen to the universe and actually spend some time to self-analyze, then you start knowing what can you do to better yourself? What can you do to better things for you and those around you? Look, I'm a doctorate of divinity, and I have studied every religion out there, and I believe, some I know more about than others. Since I've been to seminary, I know a lot about the Bible, so I find a lot of wisdom in the Bible. The Bible actually talks about spell work, and one of the things it talks about on the spell work is your words have power over life and death, therefore speak life. Also says, whatsoever you loose on earth, therefore also do I loose in heaven. Whatsoever you bind on earth, therefore also do I bind in heaven. So it talks about manifestation, loosing and binding. These are all spell work elements. So, understanding spells and the spell work that goes with that, and working on your own personal power, it's a beautiful thing. Tried sitting still, but it doesn't always work that well. You have to work on focusing on the breath. And Sabrina, you're part of the mentorship circle. Okay, Rose, thank you. You're part of the mentorship circle. So you should do some of those guided meditations that I have included inside of that for you to start off with. And those things which center and focus on your breath. Hello, Jillian in Scotland. Blessed be. Welcome to our circle. Many times when I cast a spell and I broadcast that spell or whatever, I will kind of step off and just let it go. But tonight, this is the most powerful mega protection spell that one can do all year, based upon the moon phases, the dark of the year and the dark of the moon. This is the last new moon of this year, and this is the last new moon before Yule. So this is the darkest moon of the darkest part of the year tonight. So this is where our protection is. And it's Sabrina, if you're looking in the mentorship circle, it's under guides and meditations. All the guides have all that information also on how to cast spells. It has some spells in there. Yes, it's a super dark moon. It is a super dark moon, Jillian. This is the darkest moon of the darkest part of the year, which will be followed tomorrow by the new moon. Yes, it's quite powerful. Absolutely. Tomorrow will be the new moon and the solar eclipse. So for those of who don't know all the energies that's going on with that, I'll show it to you right here. This is tomorrow night is going to be the new moon and the solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So that's going to be a lot of transformative energies. So as right here on the cusp of the change and the cusp of those energies, this is the best time of the year, literally, for protection spell element. Yes, it is dancing, and it is being reflected in the Athame, and there's a little bit of a ghost image above that's kind of going in the pentagram. Now, I have talked to you guys about how I have been dedicated to the path since I was actually 12 years old was when I started dedicating my year and a day, and then 13 when I fully dedicated myself lifetime to the goddess. There is one item that is here on my altar that survived when my parents burned all of my tools, because my parents are very Christian, and they burned all of my witchcraft tools and stuff like that. But one thing absolutely avoided the context of being burned, and that is that wooden rose that is here behind, and I will go and point it out for you. That wooden rose was the element of earth on my altar when I first dedicated myself to learning of the craft, and then eventually to the priestessy aspects of following the goddess for my lifetime. And that is an altar element that I've had throughout my life since that point. With that wooden carved rose. yes, the flame is definitely reacting to the energies. But yes, please feel free to ask any questions you have about the elements of the energies that you are here receiving here, that you are feeling from this. And again, if you want to receive the benefits of this spell, you can donate any amount you wish. Donation isn't about making money, it's about you putting your energy, your time, effort, and energy into this spell as well. Mystical Delight, thank you, I see that. Shauna, your finger got amputated yesterday. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. You made a fist and you can move your fingers. That's beautiful, Shauna. You are more than welcome, my darling. And again, this spell is keyed to return to sender any who actually directly wish you harm. And for those who indirectly harm you, it is meant to ground out the energy so that they are no longer carrying those energies forward. Now, if perhaps you are watching this later and want to add yourself to that spell, the energy will be there in residual. Like I said, this is meant to last for a year. Yes, ma'am, Monica. The protection is added to you. This is my personal altar, one that you guys don't always get to see. This is on my witch's cabinet. If you, some other time when we want to, we can look above. And this was actually a hutch. And this area here is the main part of the hutch. And I call this my witch's cabinet. It's painted black and carries a lot of my spell orientation stuff. So this is my personal altar. If you're really sensitive in energy, work on grounding and centering. Put your feet down onto the ground and just allow some of that energy to pass through you into the ground. Connect like roots into the ground for visualization. Ah, Suzanne, you are included in on that. Hello, my dear. Hugging trees, yes, because trees have that grounding element as well. Absolutely. I mean, it seems ridiculous, but hugging your trees, putting your spine up against a tree, sharing the energy, and allowing those roots to go down for you, absolutely. I am cracking open some. No, it is meant to protect you and yours. The key of this spell is to protect you and yours. So those things and people that you place your hand of protection on, okay, that's where it's meant to protect. If you intend your protection on that, that's where it's meant to protect. Yes, Shauna, nature is indeed magical. I believe in the concept is called as above, so below. Oh, it works, definitely. It definitely works, Jillian. As above, so below is a concept of saying that the divine energies are played out through nature. Nature shows us how the divine works. What you sow, you reap. The roots, the grounding, the plants, the synthesis. As above, so below. Nature shows us how divinity works and manifests. So we are able to see through the creation. We are able to see the creator, the creating energies around us. You're not a bother at all, Tam. This is all about learning. It's a learning opportunity. Every chance we get to learn is a beautiful thing. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the quality of the video is actually much higher. I've been able to figure out how to work with my OBS here a little bit more and was able to find a way to up the quality, and you guys will have to let me know if the audio quality is also increased because I upped that as well. But you'll notice how sharp and clear the video is now. It's okay. I mean, literally. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. I am 46 years old, almost 47. So I'm gonna go 47 minus 12. 35 years I have walked this road of this path. Almost 35 years. 34, almost 35 years now. But I have been learning and growing. I'm also coven trained. I am a degreed high priestess, and what that means is that I actually went through a Gardnerian coven. And basically learned from a high priestess the hidden mysteries, some of which I still cannot reveal because I am sworn to secrecy on these things. Purple and blue singe. I'm not sure what you're talking about. The sigil on the left is a protection sigil. That's all purple. I'm not sure what the purple and blue singe is. The pentagram in the back was made by my sister for me. My oldest sister, who also shares my birthday 7 years in advance of me. We were both born on April Fool's Day. And she made that for me. And that is made from vines and sticks around her house. And then she put purple feathers on it and everything. And that was a gift of love from my sister to me. And so that has been a part of my altar ever since. New protection from the negativity in your salon, Suzanne. That it was happening this evening. Blessings. Wow. I was so upset today at how they were acting and going to the back and talking mess about me and others. I was almost to the point of losing my shit and blowing on them, but you didn't. I'm proud of you. Jillian, I too am an Aries. Excellent, Rose. I'm glad the quality element is showing there. Suzanne, that's a wonderful and beautiful thing. Being able to ground and center and ground out that negativity is a good thing. Now, like I said, this particular protection spell, which you have gotten in on here, is the element of those who intend harm. It will go back to them in the measure in which they gave it out. So their negative energies will just basically bounce right the hell back on them. Looks dark blue and purple on your side. Okay, the sigil. Okay. Is actually purple paint with it has some dragon's blood in that, and it was done in a special class that Ashley Hart put on. The sigil was designed by Ashley Hart, and we painted it all together, on a Zoom. It was wonderful. Now, those who cause harm, and the intent of this spell is those who cause harm and do not mean or do not intend the harm, it will ground out, and it'll also bring clarity to let them know, hey, you've caused harm, so that they can learn and grow. Now, all those herbs and things that are in the abalone shell will be given back to nature. And I'm going to put that out to nature in order to be part of completing the spell there. But it's going to go into a spell bowl for a while, but eventually that will be given back to nature. Interestingly enough, the stick that you see behind there is from the Gardens of the Gods. Okay, that is from Pikes Peak in Colorado, or near Pikes Peak in Colorado. This one. No, this right here. It's from the Garden of the Gods in Pikes Peak area in Colorado Springs. So that's what that element is right there. Do black cats really keep negative people away? Most cats do, black or otherwise, my dear. Okay? Cats are very much walkers between the veils. They can see the energies from both worlds. My cat Gracie goes around chasing fairies all the damn time. It's hilarious. Everybody's like, why is she climbing the walls and freaking out over nothing? I'm like, she's chasing fairies. Just feel the energies. You'll feel an energy spot there. She sees these things. And they will chase them out of the house. Hello, Maxine. Who is Maxine? I have not seen Maxine. But yes, cats are very sensitive to energies. And I do love black cats. I have never had a black cat until I have a black grandkitty now. That is my boyfriend, the wolf. His son has a black cat. Oh, yeah, Maxine. Okay, yes, that Maxine. I thought you were talking about a Maxine that was in on the live. But yes, Maxine is there to the left by the protection sigil. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skulls that are on there right now. And if anybody's wondering where her name came from, I don't know if you've heard about Max the Crystal Skull. To me, you know, Max the Crystal Skull definitely has a spirit embodied with it. But I believe that it has inhabited the skull following its creation. And so Maxine is kind of like the feminine of that. And she is a rose quartz skull that provides a balance between head and heart. And she definitely has her own personality, that's for sure. What have you named your red jasper skull, Suzanne? Yes, Sabrina, we call that when they have the zoomies. And they run about the house. Sydney. Yes, you've heard of Max. Well, my Maxine, she's my version of it. And she definitely has her own personality, for sure. And feel free to share this out if you want. I only shared it in a very few limited places. She just felt like a Sydney to you. You know, they tell you what they want to be called. If they have a personality of their own, they let you know. Can you guys feel the energy of the circle that we have up in here? But yes, we definitely have the elements of death on this, but to me, death simply represents transitions, and that's what the skull is, and especially that skull with the butterflies on it represents the transition, life from death. I've actually got a really nice painting that was done by a local artist in Fort Worth. I don't know if I can reach it. No, I doubt I can. It's up on top, but it shows life coming from a skull kind of thing. And to me, death and rebirth, as a witch and as a walker between the veil, I realize that death is not the end. Death is an element of death and rebirth. Suzanne, I'm glad, and it sounds like you really need those calming energies today. Suzanne says she's always feels stronger when she's linked into me, and she can feel calmer and more at ease during my lives. That's the whole goal. I mean, I've got this magical kind of environment sitting here. Sabrina, your cat keeps watching you. I don't know why, but I'm enjoying her attention. She's watching you because you're tuned into this energy right now. Tam says, my uncle just got out of the hospital with heart trouble. I thought about protecting him, and the pain in my chest is easing. Excellent. Yes. Again, this is keyed into you and yours, those you place your hand of protection upon, those who mean much to you. Rose, you feel calm and relaxed right now. That's wonderful. That heart over next to the skull is black moonstone, and that is a representation of the new moon and the dark moon energies. So that is a black moonstone. So we are definitely cued into those dark energies right now. And again, if you're wanting to be part of this spell, then feel free to donate any amount. This is not a competition on what you're donating. Is simply the donation is you putting your time, effort, and energy that you spent making that money into contributing to this spell so that you can claim the energy of it for yourself as well. And if you have any magical questions or questions about the spell or any of the elements on the altar, please ask. Sabrina, you're happy because you're feeling those protections coming over you. You have confidence and faith in the spell. Part of spell work is having that faith and confidence, knowing that you know that you know. And that's one of the reasons that my spell work is so powerful, is I have absolute faith in my spell work. Suzanne says, yesterday marked 2 years since Lee passed. My heart goes out to you, dear. An element that tomorrow he would be turning 40. I think I will go on the river tomorrow and just meditate on him, and hopefully I'll be able to feel him there in some way. No doubt, my dear. And tomorrow being the energy beginning for the new moon and the solar eclipse as well. So if you guys are wondering what that new moon energy is, here it is. Well, actually, I'll leave that up so you can read it a little bit. Tam says, LadyShiya is like a magnifying glass or a battery. Why do other gifts work better when around someone who's really strong? Simply because we're sharing energy. When you and I are sharing energy, you're able to pick up more on the strength of my energy. I've worked very hard and long. Like I said, I've been on this path for almost 35 years now looking at it, and I'm holy crap. I have learned to hone in those skills and those energies. Monica says, my cat really needs this too. She's been fighting an elemental that particularly doesn't like cats. He's been getting much better since you put bells on him and throughout the house. Yes, bells actually do clean energy very well. And of course, this spell is geared towards you and yours. So if you claim protection over your cat, then there you go. But yes, it's not often that you guys get to see this altar. This is my personal altar. It's a working altar, but it's one that I use for more powerful spells rather than my day-to-day, which is actually to my right as I'm sitting here doing readings every time. It's on the same table that I do my readings on, so I have that consecrated space so that my entire reading table is an altar in effect. But this particular altar is for special workings, the ones that you guys are seeing right now. Rose says, this is so awesome. Before I started watching, my mind was all over the place, and now I feel so much peace. Thank you. You're more than welcome, my dear. Sabrina, your cat knows how to make her bell go off when she wants to. Yeah, they're very intelligent creatures, truly. Very intelligent. All this lovely music in the background is compliments of Old Wolf. Please do like and subscribe on the YouTube, guys, so that you can catch the music as it comes out. He's working on other tracks right now. He's working on a special Yule track for me, which I will be using for those who are in the mentorship circle, beginning our Wheel of the Year series in that, and we'll be doing a training very shortly video there for the mentorship circle people for Yule and its history and meaning. Suzanne says, I have witch bells on my doors. I have a witch bell on my door here to my witch's room, by the way. I have a bell on my altar, and my granddaughter loves to ring it. I told her if she's ever scared, we just ring the bell, and it makes the scaries go away. Very true, Suzanne. Suzanne, the YouTube seems clearer than the Facebook feed. Well, I mean, Facebook does downscale. So, and speaking of bells, clear the air there with some bells. But yes, he is the best at making music, and I'll tell him you said so, Sabrina. At least for me, the camera feed is so much clearer now that I figured that out. I watched a YouTube video earlier on how to work with and change the settings in this OBS. The Reiki infused one that we just put together. Yeah, that is the Reiki Ascension track. Oh, and of course, yeah, the Reiki Ascension track that we just put up there, Suzanne, is also Reiki infused. You're talking about Major Arcana. Yes. I love using chime candles for these spells so much because they completely burn out and burn away within about an hour to an hour and a half. Yes, there is a new one up. It just went up yesterday, I believe. Oh, that's okay, Sabrina. Now, all the music that I'm playing in the background is music from him. So, yeah, he has a varied, he's a composer of multiple styles of music. One that's going up next week is going to be Blue Jazz, which is a jazz feel to it. Yes, this one's the Goblin song right now, Goblin Dance. Well, this doesn't have any saxophone elements to it, but it is very piano jazz. Is kind of like da 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 da. And actually, I'll, after Goblin Dance is over, make sure that Blue Jazz kind of comes up for you. He remastered it, and it's about to go out on the YouTube shortly. So I will make sure Blue Jazz comes up next. So Blue Jazz will come up right after Goblin Dance now. I moved it around, so it'll come up next. And that one will be published out on the YouTube next week. Actually, I remember the name of the angel statue. It's Day Surrenders to Night. The pink angel represents day, and of course the blue angel represents night. Which I thought was a cool reversal, because normally the sun is the day element being masculine and the night is the feminine element. And this one's kind of reversed, and I fell in love with it when I saw it. They had it at a place called Mythic Treasures. The back tower to the right is amethyst, and in front of it is sunstone. So that is amethyst and sunstone. It's amethyst with a fuck ton of matrix. It's got a lot of matrix in that amethyst. But I just was really super drawn to it. Let me see if I can move the sunstone a little bit so you can see the amethyst a little better. Hold on. There you go. Should be able to see that better now. And the sunstone has a lot of druzy in it, and it's not a pure pyramid. Yes, we actually have a track that we're going to work on together soon again, but right now he is working and composing a rock song with his son, the Indigo Monkey. Honestly, if I twist it a little bit, I think you'll be able to see more of the amethyst element. Hold on. Sunstone is not perfect. It's got some pockets of druzy elements to it here. A bit of satin spar in there. That's one of the reasons I fell in love with it too. And I know when I'm over by the altar you can't hear me as good because I'm further away from the microphone at that point. Hello, Barbara. Well, he will be singing Sabrina on the track that they're working on, so I think their goal was to get it out before Yule, but we'll see. We'll see how soon they're able to get it out. Sometimes tracks can take time. All right, here's the Blue Jazz. This is the one that will be put up on the YouTube next week. Welcome back, Barbara. And have a chance to, you guys have a chance to ask all your witchy questions. We are within the circle, a place which is not a place where time doesn't exist. You are within the circle here with me. You carry the energies of this circle, the protection, as you are here with me. That's me humming with it. Sometimes I've got to hum with it. It's just, one of those things that calls. Typically I like walking around the house with some kind of a sage clockwise to protect it. I also use black tourmaline at the four corners of the house, north, south, east, and west, as a protective element. And I put selenite above the doorways going in and out. Even in here in the witch's room, both major doorways in the house both have selenite above the door frames. And in the witch's room, every portal in and out, window, door frame, and even computer has selenite to protect the energies coming in and out of this space. And Sabrina, if you'll look on the mentorship circle, the most recent practical magic that I did is posted there, the practical magic workshop, which teaches you how to create your own spells. That was the last practical magic workshop that we did. Just want your new place to be protected so nothing can come in. It must stay out. Well, that's why I said the black tourmaline at the four quarters, the selenite above the door frames, that sort of thing. Welcome back, Judith, to our protection spell, our Dark Moon Mega Protection spell. If you're wanting to get a part of the spell, you can donate any amount, my dear. Any amount. It's you putting your time and energy into the spell. That's what you did. You used time and energy to generate those finances. So those finances are a representation of your time and energy. The selenite that I have, Courtney, the one that I hooked you up with today, she has bundles of selenite for little selenite wands for like $4 or $5, and they're not that expensive, but just little selenite wands. There's a piece of selenite right there in front of the abalone shell that the candle is burning in, that is, big enough, really. I mean, truly. Rose, basically skulls are symbolization. You walk around with a skull. How can a skull be evil? You walk around with one between your shoulders. Okay, skulls are a representation of the mind, of life and death. It is the link to our ancestors, and then of course you see the skull over to the right with the butterflies on it. It represents death and rebirth. Okay, Judith. But it is the symbolization that death is not the end. This is just something we wear for a time. You had your nails done and you're worse at typing. That's okay. That's all right. We still understand you, Judith. But skulls represent some of the, death energy, death and rebirth. It is not negative. It simply is. You have a skull underneath your eyeballs. You could not talk and walk without having a skull between your shoulders. How can that be evil? It is simply that which all of us have. Grandma always told you that. Well, that's because sometimes people fear death. Okay, and in this case, we're looking at definitely using those darker energies for protection. Okay, so some people fear death. As a witch, I do not. As a witch, I know that death is not the end. Blessed be, Rebecca. We are nearing the end of our candle part of our spell. This spell will stay set on the altar for a full moon cycle before any kind of change gets made to it. Other than some of the crystals will be replaced to their rightful place, but the actual candle with the abalone shell and stuff will stay on there for an entire moon cycle. We'll know that you are protecting them with this spell, Sabrina. Welcome back, Suzanne. Your daughter FaceTimed you with your grandson. Aw. You saying to him, he doesn't like what she sings to him? That's terrible. Does she have I don't know. Maybe she just needs that grandma energy. What is a moon cycle? It is from new moon to new moon, or from full moon to full moon, depending on what cycle you are paying attention to. Me, I go from new to dark. A complete moon cycle to me begins at the new moon and ends at the dark of the moon. We are ending this moon cycle right now. Tomorrow begins a new moon cycle. Wow, Jillian, you're burning the witching hour oil, aren't you? Suzanne says she doesn't sing well, and she even admits it. I'm not going on The Voice anytime soon, but you're not terrible. Okay, well, there you go then. And never feel bad about asking a question, my dear. Yes, absolutely, Rose. You don't fear death anymore either, because I know through me how things are afterwards, and that you can see all your past loved ones. Absolutely, you do. Witching hour oils, whatever the fuck you want it to be. It's like kind of saying burning the midnight oil. They used to have oil-based lamps, so it's an old phrase, kind of going back to the oil-based lamps. At the time, that if you were burning the midnight oil, means you had your oil lamp on so that you could stay up that late. That's where the phrase comes from. much love over to you at 3 a.m. in the morning in Scotland. Scotland is definitely one of the things on my bucket list. So, absolutely, Sabrina. Be comfortable. You also want to take a picture at one of the red phone booths in London. I don't think that they're... Yes, Sharon, you're in on the protection spell. I saw that come through just now. I was just giggling at the site loading in Spanish and requesting. That's hilarious. I have declined your request. That's cute. But no, you're good. You got it in there. I was just chuckling over that. That's cute. You're welcome, Jillian. You'll see the candle is getting very low now. It's not a problem. I'm amused, Sharon. It's all good. We currently have a circle of protection up around us. And around the spell we have all the elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. The knife is my athame. It is a ritual knife, and it is meant to represent the element of air, and it is also a directing of power. And in this particular spell, it is a knife that cuts all cords. We have it there with the selenite. It's cutting cords from those who wish harm, which is why the blade is bared. It's sitting on top of its sheath at the moment. But it is called an athame, and if you look in the mentorship circle and tools of the trade guide, it'll teach you all about what an athame is, what it's for, and what it's used for. Now I have that, and I have a ritual working knife that I use for things that I need to cut, you know, that sort of thing. That particular knife is not very sharp. It could stab, but it's not honed to a precise edge or anything. It's more symbolic and ritual than anything else. You have a selenite athame. Yes, that's wonderful. You see the athame is there with the selenite. Again, you know, both of which cleansing energies, cutting cords, that sort of thing. A selenite athame kind of combines both elements together into one tool. which is pretty awesome. Sabrina, no. The working knife you'd want sharper to actually be able to cut things. Actually, my working knife is a very plain. I'll put it on screen here. Let me grab it. My working knife will cut. It's a serrated knife. It's got a plastic handle. You know, some people believe in having a white-handled knife, but this is my working knife, and I will literally go digging and cutting and whatever I need to actually do with this little serrated knife. But this is the one that I use for actually doing things, whereas the other one is a symbolic knife. It's meant for energy use. Its main use is to direct energy, not to actually cut shit. So it's an energetic cutting tool. Energetic directing tool, kind of like a wand, but it's a knife, so it has more of a cutting element to it. Rose says, Shiya, back in August I slipped and fell and broke my shoulder and fractured my heel, and since then I'm just waking up in pain. I just walked right now with little pain on my foot, and is the spell helping with it? Well, yeah, considering that it's a protection spell, it's not necessarily designed for healing, but that amount of energy can absolutely stimulate the body into healing and protecting from negative energies, and it is meant to protect against negative physical energies also, which would be pain. No, it's the energy that it represents that does the cutting, my dear Sabrina. So as long as you're directing the energies through to cut those cords, then energetically it is sharp enough. The energy will cut. Yes, we are definitely glad you're having some relief there, Rose. And considering I've also got mahogany obsidian in the skull right in front of the angels right there, that is a pain relief thing. So that is, kind of protecting from pain. And of course, I've got the pyrite on there for grounding and protection of finances as well. There's a salt bowl that's there for grounding out. There's a protection jar that was made by my friend Ashley Hart, which I've sealed with black wax on the top of it. That is also receiving these protection renewal here. Sabrina says she's glad you're feeling better, Rose. You're welcome, Rose. The wolf calls that big ball of mahogany obsidian my miraculous ball of shit. Because it kind of does look a little shitty. But it takes all the shit away. Suzanne says, after all that mess with COVID, now I'm dealing with a kidney stone, most likely due to being dehydrated. I've been repeatedly told to drink a lot of beer and it will flush it out. I'm not sure about beer, but I would definitely drink a lot of fluids and water, absolutely. A good stone for kidney is green aventurine, by the way. I do know that beer makes your kidneys work overdrive. I've never heard of drinking beer to get rid of kidney stones, though. Then again, I hate beer. I literally hate the taste of beer. I hate it. Our candle is getting towards the very end here. You see all the sage that's in there as well as part of the protection element, and mugwort and black caraway. There's some black salt underneath all of that as well. The mahogany obsidian that I used on you last night, yes. Obsidian is a wonderful grounding stone. Yes. Uh-oh. Some of that sage is burning. That's what's going on. So the candle's caught some of the herbs on fire, which is fine. Have it in a nice, safe, burn-proof protection. Wow. Pretty amazing how that's taking effect there with the herbs and burning. I'm glad I'm here to monitor it, but it is in a nice, safe, burn-proof container. But that just shows that our offering is being accepted by the gods. Wow. This is super cool. Feel the energy from that. I can smell the sage burning, and there's some dragon's blood in there. The smells are amazing coming from it right now. Wow, yeah. When you go to sleep after Reiki, Sabrina, it gives your body a chance to really use those energies to heal. So I'm glad that that really helped and took effect for you. So our offering has been accepted by the gods. It smells phenomenal. There's rose in there and sage and whatchamacallit, frankincense, dragon's blood, mugwort, several different salts. We're going to allow it to burn out naturally if we can. Wonderful, Crystal. This is meant to protect you and yours, and that has been received in good time. Beautiful. I don't know. I just, you responded to me earlier and I felt like letting you know that it was there. So I'm glad it helped you, Suzanne. Yes, Major Arcana is playing. That's what we begin our spell with. Beautiful. Smells wonderful. Feels good too. How does that feel to you? You guys should be really feeling that energy right now, especially since the gods gave us that sign that the offering has been accepted. Right, Suzanne, it's like I'm a psychic or something. Right? Well, that's how we begin our spell, so it's great that it ends on that level too. I think we will leave it on that one for now. We'll just let it continue on Major Arcana. You're welcome, Sabrina. I should have a magic touch. I'm a witch. You can still see a little bit of that sage burning there on the side. I love that the gods showed us that our offering was indeed accepted. Love when we get visible signs like that from the gods. Hanging on. Just that last little bit of flame there that just doesn't want to expire, and that's also a very good sign. Can you see it? Just that tiny little bit of flame there. Now it is done. Our spell has ended, yet its work has just begun. To the lords of the north, east, south, and west, we thank you for coming and attending and adding your energy to our spell. Hail and farewell. to the Lord and Lady, to the divine spirits of all. We thank you for coming and blessing our spell and accepting our offerings. To you we say thank you and hail and farewell. May the circle be open yet unbroken. May the peace of the God and the Goddess be forever in your heart. Merry meet, merry part, until we merry meet again. Blessed be. So mote it be, it is finished. Blessed be, everybody. I hope that this has been a blessing to you as it has been to me. Know that you have received this protection and it shall continue to work. I will be back on tomorrow night. Oops, looks like we've gone out of focus. We're going to have to fix that because I got my hands in there. There we go. Now we're back in focus. So the circle is over. And I hope that you carry the love and the energy in which everything was intended with you, and understand that this protection spell is in effect for you and for yours. If you are watching this after the fact and want to participate, still you may. The energy is meant to last for the year until this time next year on the protection. So there will be other things that we will do throughout the year, I'm sure, but this is the mega protection spell here. So I hope that you have enjoyed this and carry this within you. You will feel it probably as both a lightness and a heaviness over you throughout the year. Honoring to the gods and the goddess throughout the year can help renew this spell and to renew the energies from this. Each moon dark, you can give an offering to the Lord and to the Lady, or to the Spirit, however you will, to continue to renew this within yourself and renew the energies that you have placed into it. So you guys have an amazing night. I will be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is the whatchamacallit? It is the new moon and the solar eclipse energies. So show up tomorrow night and we will definitely have some amazing times, and we'll be doing a new moon manifestation spell at that point as well. So we will see you guys tomorrow night for the new moon. Meanwhile, thank you for coming. Thank you for participating. Thank you for your energies and your donations that you've placed into the spell. And may it bless you and yours and protect you and yours from all harm, magical, emotional, and physical. Blessed be y'all, and catch you soon.